guys like orange juice?
Stick around to the end of the video to find out how Peripheral connects to Westworld and Breaking Bad. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jerome. Today I'll be talking about the Peripheral Episode 1. So right off the bat, let's just get all the Westworld comparisons out of the way. I know it's got Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy. It even has Peter Abernathy in it. I know. But I watched the first episode. I have not read the book. I will not read the book until the show's over now. I am interested, but I want to watch the show first. I'm invested. But it definitely has its Westworld-ish vibes. Just the little white dolls you see and the futuristic electronics. Even just the story a little bit is Westworld-ish. It feels like a mix of Westworld Season 1 and Season 3 a little bit, but the 3 is just like the style. Nothing else, I promise. And it has Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy as producers, which maybe is why we had the Tenet music playing in here in that one chase scene with the sheriff. I didn't double check if that is it, but it sounded exactly like the Tenet music, so I'm pretty sure it was the Tenet music, especially because we have Jonathan Nolan on board. But that was cool but weird. I thought John David Washington was about to show up at the end or something. That shit was gonna get wild. But now to the actual show, The Peripheral. It stars Chloe Grace Moretz and Jack Rayner as Flynn Fisher and Burton Fisher. And for the most part, they're just kind of taking care of their mom. They play these video games, Sims. In the beginning, we get like a really cool Call of Duty World War II style like VR mission that she does to kind of introduce us to like how they get into other bodies and whatnot to play these games and shit. That's also where it's a little Westworldy. But later on, her brother ends up getting this free tech, like a new upgrade, so that way they could get more money, and they're testing it out for this group and all that. And she does scan her eye to get the device. I thought about that when she has to get her new eye later on. But so he gets that, and we start to learn that he's not really the one that plays that much, or when he's not as good as her. So for like when it's high stake money, she's got to play, which is kind of cool. I like that. But so she's playing in this new sim, like tech that gets into your body and you feel every bit of it. Like it's so real. But the weird part is she's playing as her brother, and she like makes out with this chick, and I'm assuming gets a hard on. They don't really don't talk about that, but I'm just assuming like she probably got a hard on as her brother now, and she knows what that feels like. It's a little weird. I wonder what else is going to happen in that realm, you know? I will not be surprised now if at any moment she has sex as her brother, and then there's some kind of like awkward talk about it, you know? It's just, and it might not happen, but that was my first thought. When she was when she was in her brother's body and she started kissing that girl, my first thought was, oh, she's gonna fuck someone as her brother. So she's playing her brother in the sim. The first time she has a blast, and then the next time she goes into it, they cut out her eye. She goes to this facility with this chick, scans her eye like 1,000,000 times, and then ends up getting in a fight with this dude. The guy's like blasting this chick with his like vibration gun thing. He was describing it. He said something, but it was this cool little gun he had that was like fucking her up. But then Flynn ends up like, cause her hands got zip tied, ripping the flesh off of her hand through the zip ties. And again, a little more Westworldy. I'm gonna have to mention that because I know you guys will. She's a robot, and that gives her the clue like, oh fuck, am I really in these places? Like, are they building people, or are we taking control of bodies? Like, what's going on? But this has to be kind of real. It kind of gives her those vibes. But then she gets shot in the head with that dude's gun, wakes up out of the VR experience or whatever, starts puking, says never again. She's done. And so now Wilf, who is a guy we saw in the actual opening of the show, he was talking to this little girl. It was a very weird scene. Like, it just was very off-putting with this little girl. But so he shows back up, and he's trying to warn Flynn. He's like, yo, they put a $9 million bounty on your head. They're coming after you, your family. Like, you're gonna get fucked. You gotta get out of here, dog. Like, seriously. And she doesn't believe it. She just keeps turning off. That was a really fun scene. She's turning off all the devices at work, and they keep popping back on as he's warning her and all this shit. But then she gets home. She tells her brother and his friends. They kind of don't believe her, but then they talk about it for a minute, pull out their drones. What do you know? She's not lying, and there are dudes coming at them right now. Also, I want to mention, because I forgot about this scene, there was a cool scene with the sheriff I mentioned earlier, where these guys, he was buying something at like a gas station. For some reason, he ends up following these dudes somewhere, and at gunpoint, they make him get in the road, and all of a sudden, you hear like a car or a motorcycle coming or something, and he just gets hit, flies in the ear, and falls down. And they reveal that these guys are like a Wonder Woman gang or something, and have a bunch of invisible cars. Like that was really cool. It's stuff like that like it really does have the Westworld season 1 vibes to me, where like stuff happens and I'm like, fuck, I want to know what happened to me. Like I just want to know the backstory of this entire world. I just really hope it's not like Westworld World. Sometimes when you get those answers, it's really unsatisfying. I know a lot of people, including Hess, who does videos on this channel with me, he's not going to watch this show at all. Does not even want to give it a try because of the Westworld vibes it gives off. And I know a lot of people are going to be that way, but I really do think everyone should give this show a try. It's a lot of fun, especially if you like video games. I think you will love this show. Because that's what was like, ooh, okay, this is fun. This is video gamey-ish. And then it got a little video gamey-ish and a little more Westworld-ish. And it was just like, I don't know, it was just a lot of fun. It scratched that Westworld itch I've been having for a long time, since like season 2 of Westworld. It just gives me those vibes, but like, it feels like it's going to be done better. But that might just be me wishful thinking. I don't know. I really, really liked, too, when Flynn was driving in the realistic VR, it had like those little video game arrows pointing you where to go while the girl in her head was telling her like what to do. That just those little details like that. Also in like the Call of Duty moment before, when she was like looking at bodies or whatnot, like to pick up items, and just those little details in this make me really happy. And that's what kind of kept me going into it. And then it got a little more Westworldy and shit like that. And I was like, God, this show's fun. And I am sorry if I'm mentioning Westworld way too much for you, but I just feel like I have to. Like, I feel like I have even the trailers for this said it, you know? So I just feel like I have to. There's no other thing to compare it to, really, honestly. Okay, so if you stuck around to the end of the video, you're probably wondering to yourself, how does this actually connect to Breaking Bad in Westworld? And let me tell you, it doesn't. But, so, Peter Abernathy is in this. In this show, there's someone named Flynn. In Breaking Bad, the actor who plays Peter Abernathy sells Walter White and Skyler their house. And what does Walter White and Skyler's kid change his name to? Flynn. But I think that's going to do it for this. I will do more videos on this if you guys would like. I honestly didn't really plan on doing it. I was just going to watch this show, but the first episode was so fun that I was like, you know, I really got to do a video on that. So if anybody wants me to do more, please be vocal in the comments. Tell me to do more. I will do it. I'll probably honestly do like a video on the first 3 just to see the reaction. But I really do hope this show does really well. I think this could be a real fun show for everybody. All right, well, that's going to do it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, maybe share with a friend, comment down below what you thought of the Peripheral Season 1, Episode 1, and I'll see you guys later.